Somewhere, 5 years from now, a future version of you is either going to thank you or quietly resent you for what you choose to do today. That's not exaggeration. Every big life you've ever admired, in a book or in real life, was built from ordinary daily choices that felt small at the time. Today, I'm walking you through 10 of them, the kind your future self will actually thank you for. Let's begin. Choosing you? There's an old fable about a duckling born looking different from every other bird in the pond. Mocked, excluded, told repeatedly that something was wrong with it. It wasn't wrong. It simply wasn't a duck. It was a swan that hadn't grown into itself yet. Some people will never understand who you're becoming because you're not finished becoming it yet. Choose yourself anyway. The pond's opinion was never the point. 2. Appreciating what you have. Immaculée Ilibagiza survived the Rwandan genocide by hiding silently in a cramped bathroom for 91 days while her family was killed outside. When she finally emerged, having lost almost everyone she loved, she chose something remarkable: gratitude for simply being alive, for sunlight, for breath, for one more day. If someone can find that kind of gratitude after that much loss, most of what we complain about daily isn't actually a hardship. It's a gift we've stopped noticing. 3. Believing in yourself and getting back up when you fall. Thomas Edison tested roughly 1,000 different filament designs before the light bulb finally worked. When a reporter asked how it felt to fail 1,000 times, he said he hadn't failed. He'd simply discovered 1,000 ways that didn't work on the way to the one that did. Walt Disney knew that feeling too. He was once fired from a newspaper job for lacking imagination, watched his first animation studio go completely bankrupt, and was turned down by over 300 banks while trying to finance a single ambitious theme park. Believing in yourself was never about expecting instant success. It's refusing to let failure number 999 or rejection number 300 convince you there won't be a breakthrough right after it. 4. Being positive. When computer science professor Randy Pausch was diagnosed with terminal pancreatic cancer, he didn't disappear from the world in despair. He gave a now famous final lecture full of humor and energy, choosing to spend his remaining months teaching others how to actually live rather than mourning that he was dying. Positivity isn't pretending hard things aren't hard. It's deciding what you'll do with the time you have left, however much that turns out to be. 5. Taking action and being the change you want to see. While dozens of well-funded scientists across the world theorized about powered flight, 2 bicycle mechanics from Ohio with no formal engineering degree simply kept building and crashing prototypes on a windy beach in North Carolina, until one December morning in 1903, a glider finally stayed in the air for 12 seconds. 12 seconds changed the entire world. In 1955, a very different kind of action changed a country. One woman in Montgomery, Alabama, simply refused to give up her seat on a bus. Not with a speech, not with a plan for the history books, just a quiet decision to stop moving. That single, small refusal helped ignite a movement that reshaped a nation's laws. Neither of them knew in advance how far their action would go. They just took it. 6. Letting go of what you can't control. A theologian named Reinhold Niebuhr once wrote a short prayer that's now recited in recovery rooms worldwide. Grant me the serenity to accept what I cannot change, courage to change what I can, and the wisdom to know the difference. Most of our daily exhaustion comes from fighting things in the first category as if they belonged in the second. Letting go isn't giving up. It's redirecting your limited energy toward the one thing you actually control, your own next step. 7. Ignoring negative people. Aesop told a story of a man, his son, and their donkey traveling to market. First, they're mocked for walking instead of riding. So the son rides, and they're mocked for the boy being lazy while his father walks. They try switching, then both riding, then carrying the donkey. And at every single option, someone along the road criticizes them. Eventually, they lose the donkey entirely, trying to please everyone. You will never find an option that satisfies every critic. Stop trying. Keep the donkey. Keep moving. 8. Staying in touch with close friends and family. On the Japanese island of Okinawa, one of the longest living populations on Earth, researchers found something surprising isn't in the diet alone. It's a tradition called moai, small groups of friends who commit to supporting each other for life, meeting regularly for decades through every hardship. Longevity researchers now consider strong, consistent relationships as powerful a health factor as diet or exercise. The people who stay close to you aren't a distraction from a good life. They may be the actual reason for one. 9. Making time for fun. Richard Feynman, one of the 20th century's most brilliant physicists, was famous for playing bongo drums between groundbreaking discoveries. He once said that his best scientific ideas often came not from forcing focus, but from following whatever genuinely amused him. Fun isn't a reward you earn after the important work. For some of history's sharpest minds, fun was the important work. 10. Spreading love and kindness. In 2004, a stranger in Sydney held up a handmade sign reading simply "Free hugs" in a crowded public square, offering comfort to anyone who wanted one. What started as one person's small, slightly awkward gesture became a global movement, filmed and shared in countries around the world, proving one thing: people were quietly starving for exactly that kind of small kindness. You don't need a platform to start something like that. You need one willing moment and one other person nearby. Here's the surprising part. Not one person in any of these stories knew in the moment how their choice would turn out. Edison didn't know which filament would work. The Wright brothers didn't know if their glider would fly for 12 seconds or 12 inches. The woman on that bus didn't know she was about to become part of history. They just made the next right choice without proof it would work and let their future selves handle the rest. You get that same offer today. 10 small chances to choose the version of yourself your future is quietly hoping for. If this reached you at the right moment, share it with someone who needs to hear it today. I'll see you in the next one.